Hey guys, how are you doing? So it's Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you another YouTube video. It's the 19th of August. It's about 12 PM or it's 11:58 AM. So we're going to talk about a bit of technical analysis today, and then I'm going to just quickly dive into the Hinman deposition just a little bit. We can talk about that for a few minutes towards the end of the video. But guys, I don't often say this, but a few people have asked me how they can support me recently, and to be completely honest, just smash that like button on this video, share it with some friends. Drop me a sub on YouTube, share my TikTok videos. That's the only support I need. I do have a Patreon service for people, but I hope that I provide more than enough value in that. Like, I wouldn't really say that's supporting me. I'd hope that that was supporting you guys. But yeah, like, monetary wise, they were asking if they could donate to me. I don't really want your donations, guys. I do this because I enjoy it. Maybe one day I'll need them and have to push more towards the donation side of things. But I do this because I enjoy it and I want you guys to learn. So the best way to help me would be to, yeah, just please hit that like button, subscribe and share with some friends. I do appreciate everyone who tunes into my videos, and I see all my comments, especially on YouTube. I try to reply to every comment on YouTube, so I know who's about and watching the videos, and I do appreciate each and every one of you who come into my lives, watch my TikToks and comment on my YouTube, subscribe to each of my pages. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't say that I appreciate you guys enough, but I really do. So I just want to say that first. So let's get into it. This is Bitcoin on the daily. We're still looking to head up towards this zone, which I personally do think we will. We had that 3-day red candle, but we didn't get it followed by a green. So what can this mean? We could be looking at coming down and targeting a lower level of support, which could be around this area here, this previous swing high, or there could be another support just a little bit below that. So we're looking at between 41, 42,000 as good levels of support. If we lose them, we could be looking a little bit lower to the 40,000 mark, and maybe this is on the daily, retesting the daily moving averages to really find some support there. However, this is cryptocurrency. I have a few alternate arguments as to why we could move out of this zone. And let me just get into Bitcoin on the 4-hourly, because I'm specifically looking at XRP, and I do spend most of my time looking at that chart, as we all know. So we really tried to break through this Fibonacci 2.618 Fibonacci retracement level. We've just lost the 50-day on the 4-hourly. Sometimes we do consolidate just below it, like here, and then push back up and get above it and start using that support again, which is what I'd probably be looking for us to do. As long as we don't get a red engulfing candle here on this hourly, I could see us starting to form some kind of bottom in line with this bottom here, and then reversing from there. But if we do get a red engulfing candle, then we could come down to, as I said, the 42. Maybe the 200-day and the 4-hourly, or if not, these previous swing high supports here in the 40,000, which I don't think would be too bad for the market. Like, obviously, you've seen your portfolio go down a little bit in value, but it is showing that we are looking and finding support levels and consolidating for our next leg up. So let's get over to Ethereum quickly. I haven't really looked at Ethereum's chart, so I haven't prepared this one. To be fair, that's almost been a parabolic move. That kind of looks like a channel going upwards. There, let's have a little look. I mean, it won't be perfect because look at that for a parallel channel. Well, you can take it all the way out there if you want to. But yeah, it's just basically been ripping up there. And if you take that top little section out there, it's been in quite a tight channel look for a little while. And then we broke out above and then broke below, and now we're finding support levels, which again is what we need to do. We need to find support to continue to proceed higher. Just cool off a little bit and look for that next leg up. So have a look at Ethereum on the daily. Again, looking for a support level, I would suggest this level here, 2,800 for the previous swing highs. Let's have a look at where we are in terms of retracement this recent rally with a Fibonacci retracement. Where are we? Cool, good one, Will. Fib retracement, where are we? Oh, it's a favourite, that's why it's not there. So we're struggling on the 0.618 basically, which it is what it is. We've broken through the 0.5 though, which is sometimes a hard level to retrace through. But what I wanted to get through is a few things now. We'll go to XRP, and then I'm going to talk about Cardano, Solana. Yeah, they're basically the main two actually, so I don't know why I said that as if I was going to list some more. So let's go into XRP. I'll show you what I'm seeing here. So this is XRP on the daily, and I did say that I thought we could hit 250 by tomorrow, last week. Obviously, we haven't done that. I can justify why I said that, because this is kind of a, yes, we are uptrending here, but we're kind of in a consolidating uptrend, like not a breakout like we've seen back here in previous breakouts. We've broken through resistances, but we've kind of moved slowly. The volume's kind of low. It was starting to increase, so I thought, okay, maybe we're going to start to really push on and push up here. As you can see, the volume really came through there. It's a lot more volume here than it was in the last few days. And when we broke out these levels, we moved, like I said, about 203%. You can't really see that if I move. Yeah, 203% that is in like 9 days. And when we broke out of these levels here, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe we could see the same sort of thing, 203% in 9 days. And that would take us right up into the 250 range, by the way. I've not got my graph zoomed out far enough. Maybe a bit higher than 250. 203%. There you go, 260. There's my logic, and that's why I thought that that could be possible. I also thought, because of previous bull runs, it does normally rip and then doesn't really offer much of an entry point. I know that our bull runs are extended now, so and this is going to be a weird one for you now. So I'm going to show you something that I think is a bit maybe controversial. I'm going to try and compare where we are now to where we've been previously. I'm just going to show you this little wedge pattern I've got drawn in here first. So let's go on the 4 hourly. It's a very nice looking pattern actually here for XRP. So we found resistance here on this Fibonacci retracement level, and what we've done is then come down on the 4 hourly and tested the 50-day moving average. And bear in mind these are 4 hour blocks, so we've had consolidation, drop, and then we've tested the 50-day. We've had consolidation, slight move up, and then consolidation. So what we could be looking for here, if we can hold this 50-day, we could really get a nice spring out of there. And this is kind of a pennant, bullish pennant, because we are on an uptrend. We are on an uptrend, which is a continuation pattern. A bullish pennant would be. So we've got a 60% chance of continuing from a bullish pennant. But obviously that means there's a 40% chance of coming down. But if we do break out, let's say we break out there, the target is then going to be 144. Once we break 144, we're looking at these targets up here at 170-ish after that. But let's just give you that obvious, like, we could break down from there. If we break down from there, we could be looking into the 75-cent zone. I think personally we wouldn't come too much lower than $1, so I think that might invalidate that, because there's a lot of support here. But that's where the target would be if we broke down from these levels. But I'm going to leave that in there on a break up, because I think personally that's what we're going to do. So you can see here we have nice push up, consolidation, big push up, consolidation. As you can see, this breakdown here and then a push up, and then we've got a much bigger push up there, and then so you can see I personally would be looking at least 140 if we do manage to get some volume and break out of this zone. A lot of the volume has been coming through, and we have a lot of buying pressure from above, so you can see these long wicks to the upsides, which does show normally a downwards movement. However, we haven't had that downwards push yet. So what I'm going to say is, like, you can see here we've had wicks on the bottom of the candles, which normally means a move upwards, and then we consolidated further and went down. So now you can see we've had wicks on the top, which normally means a move downwards, and we consolidated further, so I think we might move up. But that's just some short-term price action. And let me show you where I think we could be in regards to previous bull runs. So we've had this rally here, then consolidation, and down here capitulation, double bottom, nice double bottom formation there. Bang, bang, out we come. Struggled on the moving averages, broke through, up we go, out we come. Like, the moving averages do need to catch up, that is one thing. But this is on the daily now, by the way, guys. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you where I think we could be. I think we could be in this sort of section here, guys, to be absolutely completely frank with you. So we're in a longer time scale now. So these are going to look more aggressive. But look, if you see here what we've done previously. So we consolidated, we moved up. And we came down, we moved up. We could be about here. We could be about here, to be completely honest with you. This is where I think we could be. And I know that this kind of eradicates it a bit. So the two areas I think we could be is here or here. So this is the previous move up. And then we came down, consolidated again, which is what we've had recently. Kind of double bottomed out of there, moved up, come down. We could be in this section, because this could be the last few months where we went to 190, came down, double bottom, boom, boom, up to here. But we could also be in this section, so that was a double bottom there, up, and we come down to consolidate, don't go quite as low, and we come up and come down, and then we really start to rip. And if we are in this section, guys, yeah, it looks horrible because it's like, oh no, we've got to grind it out for a little bit longer, which could be completely possible. But then look how much we absolutely take off out of this zone. So imagine this zone is in 24 cents, yeah, and now at the minute we're at like what, $1.12, and we move. Let's see what the percentage gain is out of this 24 cent. Obviously, it's like a 1,392% gain in 23 days, but the day part's kind of irrelevant because we're in an extended cycle, so we can't really predict that. But let's say we get a 1,390% gain from where we are now. And I'm going to get on my other XRP chart just quickly so it's a bit clearer for everyone. So 1,390% gain for exactly where we are, which is like there. Let's have a look where that would take us. Now if we break out from around these sorts of levels here. Okay, so that's, damn it, that's 1,288 would take us to $15. So you can see like how kind of these patterns are looking compared to the past. Like if we are in that stage of the cycle, we could easily be targeting a $15 XRP, and I personally do think that is possible this cycle. If I was going to be personally speculating on where I think the price is going to go, I would say between $10 and $15, and specifically between 13 and 15. But on an outside chance, I think we could hit anywhere up to 30 if all the stars align. That's talking the SEC case comes through at the right time. We see some good ODL news, Ripple IPO, and we see exchanges relisting all within this bull run. Definitely possible. So yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. These are my personal predictions, not financial advice. But they're just possibilities for me. So let's go into ADA. Yesterday, great day for ADA. We had a massive red candle the day before. We lost the 702 retracement level. Yesterday, we reclaimed it. Yes, we have had selling pressure on top, but we've reclaimed and had a daily close back above that 702. So that's great news. Just wait to see what happens today, basically. We had this wedge pattern here with a perfect breakdown target, if you see. So there's the wedge that I drew in the other day. I actually sent this to my friends. I didn't put it in my Telegram group chat, which I probably should have. But I don't know. Sometimes I just don't do those sorts of things. I sent it to my friends for some reason and not put it in there. But then we had a breakdown target, and it literally was exactly met. It wicked exactly there. But I was looking more of a breakup. An upside target, but in my text to my friends I said this is a breakup or a breakdown. If it breaks down, bang, hits it perfectly. But anyway, that's by the by. Didn't really need to show you that because it's probably some people are going to be annoyed that I didn't put that trade in there. But anyway, we've reclaimed the 702. We are now above the 50-day moving average on the hourly. We're doing the same as what the rest of the market is. We seem to be finding and consolidating, finding support on top of the 50-day. I really am looking for some buying pressure to come through and blast us out of these zones. And one thing that I haven't mentioned actually yet, that I just wanted to mention. So for XRP is a nice double bottom formation there, boom, boom, and out we go. But if you think every day looks red, but then yesterday finished like 7-8% up. So yesterday, at one point, we were all the way down here at 106. And now we're at 112. But today looks like a minus 2.38% day. And it kind of is, obviously. Like, there's a percentage for us in the UK. But what you have to remember is, actually, we made a 7% gain yesterday. So, although it does feel like we're coming down, we aren't really. We're kind of just going sideways. We've come down, obviously, from the top here, 133. You can see that. We're at 111 now. But we've had a massive run up. And now we're actually in a big consolidating phase. So, for the last... Just take from here. The last 2 days, 17 hours, we haven't really moved too far at all, especially if you're talking crypto. So say the top to the bottom, we've had a 13 or 15% swing in the last 2.5 days. And that isn't really too much when you're talking about cryptocurrency. Especially in the last day or two, we've barely moved at all. We're just, look at these hourly candles here. Look at that. The price has not moved, like it's wicked up and down, but it's basically ended nowhere. And we've had a red candle down. I think we could touch the 200 day, But again, the buying pressure's below and the selling pressure's on top. We are really looking, there's no volume. We're looking for something to happen for us to push out of one of these zones. So we're kind of just crabbing between the two moving averages. We might play out to the end of this pattern, so that could be tomorrow before we see a move. But when we do, as I said, we're looking at either a move up to 140 or a move down to the 70-cent sort of area. Probably 83 cents, I would presume we'd find support. So there are my technical analysis predictions for today. And I did say we were going to talk or touch on the William Hinman deposition. So let's just quickly talk about that. So if you haven't watched my latest TikTok, Jeremy Hogan basically puts a video out about the William Hinman deposition. And most interesting part about it for me, I'm going to touch on it just slightly because I think I've overran with this video. I don't like to go too much over 10 minutes. The most interesting thing about it for me is William Hinman basically said that he told Ripple that XRP was security and they couldn't sell it. So Ripple then said to him, okay, so what can we do to be compliant with these security rules? And Hinman said, nothing, just don't sell XRP, basically. So that's obviously not really an option for Ripple as a company when they are trying to, what was one of the products that makes them profitable. So what Ripple did, just continued to sell it anyway. But then what Hinman actually proceeded to say, which is really good for Ripple's fair notice case, is that they didn't have this meeting where Ripple came in to discuss whether XRP was security until 2020. And if that's the case, then that means that Ripple only knew that it was security in 2020, and the lawsuit came at the end of 2020, so that they basically had no fair notice on the case, because how would they know they were selling a security for the whole 7 years before? Bear in mind they started to sell, 6 years before, as they started to sell XRP in 2013. How would they know for the 6 years previous that it was a security if they only got told in 2020 that they shouldn't sell it, and then they got the lawsuit straight at the end of 2020 as well? So that's exactly what Ripple wanted out of the deposition. Real, more firm and strong evidence towards the fact that they had no fair notice for the case. So let's see what happens with that. I don't know if there could be a settlement on the cards. I keep saying that I think there could be, but it's American law and it always takes longer than you think. Let's see what happens. Remember, 95% of the SEC's cases are settled in discovery. Discovery ends on October the 15th, or factual discovery ends at the end of this month, 31st of August. And then a fair notice argument can come into play after that. So if we're one of the 5% of cases, we being the XRP and Ripple holders, or XRP holders, then we are looking at the fair notice if we don't get the settlement before the 15th of October, which would statistically put us in the 5% of cases that don't. We would be looking at fair notice, which comes any time after settlement, but is looking to be November, sort of December range. But I personally do think we will get a settlement because of the statistics. Basically, both parties want to settle because no one really wants to be in a lawsuit. Even if the SEC say they don't care and they want to press for more, no one wants to be in a lawsuit because the SEC would much rather get a nice little settlement where they make Ripple pay a little fine than go to court, potentially lose the case, and not be able to take other cryptos to court in the future, because that's the way that they enforce their regulation. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. I feel like I've just gone on a bit again, give you an insight into my mind and what I'm thinking at the minute. I hope the TA helps you guys with what I'm seeing. Remember, none of this is financial advice, just my personal opinion. If you enjoyed the video, please, as I said at the start, give me a like and a sub. If you don't already, drop a comment on there if you've got any questions for me, and share it to a friend or two. Remember, I do have Patreon services, like I did say. I provide TA in there. I've got a great technical analyst who provides a lot of TA. We also have like a little private chat for some people who want some extra help or just want to share their opinions with me personally and show me some support that way. I can also support you more personally if you get involved with that. It's a level 2 Patreon subscription. With all that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will speak to you in the next one. Peace up, A-Town down, as Usher would say.